Welcome to the Cruise Retreat podcast. My name is Rita M. Perez, and I'm a triple certified travel advisor. But more importantly, I coordinate all the logistics to bring your online community offline through world travel. If you've been yearning to put together a group trip, but overwhelmed with all the details that come with planning, I and this podcast are here to help. Ready to transform lives on the open waters of the world? Let's get started. Hello everyone. Welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Rita M. Perez, and I'm a triple certified travel advisor who specializes in bringing your online community offline through world travel, and specifically through retreats at sea or on rivers around the world. So hello, and welcome. Today's topic kind of came to me inspirationally about imposter syndrome and retreat planning. And I know imposter syndrome can play and does play a role for us as small business owners, but if you are running a team also, are you doing enough? Are the efforts that you're doing, is it providing the value and the investment that your team is needing? Same thing with the community that you're building. Are the clients that you're working with getting the value that they are wanting to get from you? And that can trickle into retreat planning, because I know a lot of people that I've had conversations with even question if they could even plan a retreat. Do I have a big enough following? Which is why last week I had mentioned about collaborating with another business owner or another coach to maybe get your efforts together and even like cross audiences, and maybe you get new business from that. But is retreat planning possible for you? It totally is, but I do think that there are a couple of factors that need to be in place. Like I've mentioned before, retreat planning is not something that you just start off like jump the gate with, or planning a group trip. You do have to have some background in it. So I would say that you're qualified to start retreat planning if you do have an excellent work culture, if you're planning this for your retreats, or business culture, team culture. And a retreat is not meant to be a fixer in your organization. So if you are needing assistance with work team culture, put retreat planning on the back burner until you've gotten that corrected, and then we can have a conversation about planning a retreat for you. Same thing with business. This is not like you're starting a new business, a coaching business, and you're like, the first thing I'm going to do is start a retreat. No, you have to do other things first, like working one-on-one or working in small group programs, or maybe you have a membership program. People have to be invested in you especially, they need to know you a little bit in order to want to be able to travel around the world with you, either on a group trip or some sort of educational retreat program. So that is step one. Like, how are you currently providing value? And how you are currently providing value, has that brought a big gathering of people that would be interested? And that's the other thing. Is your group of people interested in even traveling? Because, there's some industries that I can see, and especially like different times of year, where people might not be, because I'm thinking about farmers. Farmers need to be tending to their crops and to their animals. So I don't think that this is going to be the right avenue for them. And I'm also thinking, like gardeners, same thing. There's year-round things that happen that they can't like really leave. So there are certain industries that maybe this won't work for. So you have to evaluate that as well. And that's why I say I feel like retreat planning, especially travel retreat planning, is a really great option for teams that are remote workers, or even teams that are in the office and they just need to get away. We just need to get away and like break the office mold. The other way I see this is for online business owners. So if you are coaching other business owners, or if you have a following of people who are remote workers, it is going to be easy for them to be able to travel because they don't have to like stick around. They're very mobile. So think about that too. If you're like, I don't think that this is possible, think about who your following is, not only on how established you are as a business owner or leader, but how established you have that connection built with the people that you work with. I wouldn't know what to teach. That is a very popular question that I get. And again, you are in business and you have had success already. So what little part of your programming can you take and just tweak it or enhance it? Maybe it's something that you've always wanted to do, but you never knew how you're going to make it happen. Maybe that's how you manifest the curriculum for your retreat. Again, also, you're kind of working with a professional when you work with someone like myself who is both travel advisor and retreat planner. I don't know if I have mentioned yet. I know I've mentioned like some of my background, but when I was doing my bachelor's in hospitality management, I really did focus a lot in event management. And my event management goes back even further. My mom used to love planning parties, so maybe I get this from her. But I did a lot of event planning even in high school, specifically when I was a member of Interact, which is the high school version of Rotary International. And we would put on different events at the local homeless shelter, including one of my favorite events because I love Halloween. We put on a Halloween party for the kids at the kids and the families at the homeless shelter. And I remember from there, my guidance counselor was like, this is where you are gifted, Rita. You need to go into this. I could have gotten my degree in in event management, but I decided I wanted to be a bit more broader, so that's why I stuck with hospitality management. But a lot of what I did was event management. I did a brunch for all of the professors, like a thank you brunch for all the professors. I put on like one of the career fairs. I was in charge of one of the aspects on the annual career fair on campus. Trying to think some of the other big events. Like I have worked with local DMCs like Hello Florida here in the Orlando area to put some decor up. There are just so many. It is so extensive, my event planning background. So that's why I say, if you're not really sure, I can help you put things together with my educational background and my in-person professional background and with my travel advisor hat, because I know how things work, especially on cruise ships and all that. So if you're not sure exactly like how all the different facets work, that is why you rely on someone, or you hire someone like myself to work with you. Not only that, but I have all this education. I'm triple certified. I also have my licensing to be a professional travel advisor, and I have business insurance specifically for the travel business. Should anything happen, there's so many different bases that we're covered, which is not what you get out of the run of the mill. Like someone's like, oh yeah, I'm going to put on an event together. Yes, that can work if you're doing like a familiar event at home, or if you're planning something that is not in a professional capacity, but in a professional capacity, you do really need to take in consideration all the different liability that's in that encompasses. And again, that's why you work with a professional. You don't know where you would even go for a retreat because there's so many different options, and you want to go here and you want to go there. The whole world is literally waiting for us to visit right now. And again, that is why you work with someone like myself, so that we can hone in on things. Like that is not something that you should be worried about. We're going to find you a place to go, find you a place where everybody's going to have so much, not only fun, but be able to have some downtime from all the learnings, if that's even what you want to do. Maybe you just want to take people out and it's just a social group trip to get everybody traveling out all together. So again, don't worry about the location. There's so many things that are opening up, especially if you saw one of my recent reels. Iceland, Ireland, Croatia, France. So many people are lifting restrictions, and all of those destinations can be cruised to or cruised through, depending on how you want to go cruising. I don't know anything about retreat planning. This is a little bit of what we talked about, and that's okay. You don't need to know everything. And again, that's why you hire professionals, especially in the different areas of your business. You may not be well versed in writing, so you hire a copywriter. You're not well versed in handling your social media, so you hire a social media manager. That is why you delegate things out. You don't need to know A to Z, soup to nuts retreat planning. That's why you hire a professional to do it for you. Who would go with me? Like, that is one of the most popular questions that I get, especially when we're thinking about imposter syndrome. Like, who would even want to go with me? On the team side, that's not too big of a worry because your team's going to want to go with you because you're taking care of all the expenses, like we mentioned last week. On the small business side, there is a bit of marketing on your part to make sure that people are interested and want to get going. So you do have to consistently talk about this with your following. And that is where we really need to, and that's where all the stars kind of align, where you have an engaged audience that wants to travel with you, and where we create an itinerary / curriculum that they would enjoy. And then it's everything together. You have to put, it's kind of like marketing any one of your programs or systems. All the stars have to align. And especially after the past couple of years, people are ready to go out and go travel. And they are ready, especially to go visit bucket list destinations. But many are not going to do that investment for whatever the reason. I've told this story that I have wanted to sail on the Rhine River forever now. And it only happened because one of my business coaches offered a program to sail with her on the Rhine and get some learnings from her. So not only are you allowing people to learn more from you and expand their knowledge that way and then just grow professionally and personally, but you are also giving them this gift, this amazing, beautiful gift that not many people are doing out there, which is giving them the ability to travel the world and seeing bucket list places that they've always wanted to see. And even if it's not on their bucket list, they are just ready to get out in the world. So if you're concerned with people turning down a travel opportunity, I wouldn't be too much, but again, it also goes to the people that you are serving. Maybe travel isn't something that's high up on the list, but I know for many entrepreneurs, that is something that's the reason why we got into small business, so that we could travel the world. It's a huge passion. So I hope this has helped kind of like break down some of these imposter syndrome things that may have come up when you have ever thought about hosting a retreat, that you don't have the capacity to do it. Who is going to go with you? Where would you go on a retreat? What are you even going to teach on a retreat? Those are so many different questions that I get, that I encompass, and I hope I've been able to also help you brainstorm a little bit and expand what you saw previously as retreat planning and see in the future what retreat planning really could be for you and your online community. So please let me know, what questions do you have about this? If you have more questions about the planning process, I do have a free calendar just for you. It's a retreat planning calendar that you can get by heading over to ritaventures.net/calendar. Just sign up and then it sends straight towards you. All right, that's it for me this week. I look forward to seeing you next week, and you have a great one. Bye. Thanks for joining me on the Cruise Retreat podcast. Please subscribe and leave the show a rating so more team and community leaders like yourself can get access to these episodes. See you next week.